Today at 3 o'clock Eastern Time, teams had their last chance this season to make trades. And guys, there was a lot of them. So today in this video, I'm going to be going over all of them, all 11 of the trades that happened in the NBA today. We're going to start off with Goran Dragic. He was traded to the Miami Heat for Danny Granger, Justin Hamilton, 2 first-round picks, and it was actually a 3-team trade. The Pelicans were involved too. They got Norris Cole and Shane Williams from the Heat, and the Pelicans gave up John Salmons. So the winner in this trade is the Heat and the Pelicans. Alright, the reason the Pelicans are a winner, I'm just going to do this real quick, is because they only gave up John Salmons and they got Norris Cole and Sean Williams. They needed a backup point guard and Norris Cole fits that. John Salmons isn't very good and maybe Sean Williams could get a couple minutes here and there. Now, the Heat are also the winners. They're probably the biggest winners in this trade because they acquired a point guard, a good point guard. No more Mario Chalmers, no more Norris Cole. Now they have a legit team, man. Goran Dragic, Dwayne Wade, Luol Deng, Chris Bosh, Hassan Whiteside, that is a scary starting five. I would not like to see them against my Bulls in the first round, man. They're going to be a scary team in the higher seeds in the Eastern Conference, so look out for the Heat. The Suns, that was a decent trade, but not too great for them, I don't think. And the Suns were all over trading. They were everywhere, honestly, and the Suns traded another point guard of theirs. This time, they traded Isaiah Thomas, who they actually picked up in the offseason. They traded him for Marcus Thornton and Cleveland's first-round pick. I believe it is protected, but the Celtics, great trade for the Celtics. They picked up a legit point guard. He can play, man. Isaiah Thomas can play. He was beasting off the bench for the Suns this season, and last year had a good season with the Kings. He can score. He's a passer. He's a little short. He's only, I believe he's 5'11", but he could definitely play the point guard position. I like this trade for the Celtics. I don't like it for the Suns. I honestly think the Suns are kind of giving up this season and just kind of accepting. Actually, I don't know, because you'll see in a second the next trade that happened. But yeah, I do like this trade for the Celtics. I really do. I don't know how I feel about it for the Suns. I think they could have gotten better value for Isaiah Thomas. But hey, if that's what they wanted, that's okay. And if Isaiah wanted out, then I guess they had to. But the next trade, this was a big one, and this was an unexpected one. The Milwaukee Bucks traded their best player this season in Brandon Knight. He could have easily been an all-star this year. And guess who he was traded to? The team who just traded 3 freaking point guards. Yeah, the Suns. The Suns gave up Tyler Ennis and Miles Plumlee in this trade. They both went to Milwaukee, and Philadelphia was involved with this trade too. Now, Philadelphia is so damn tankish, man. They started winning a couple of games. They're not in last place this year, so they decided, hey, let's trade our best player. Let's trade Michael Carter-Williams and get a protected first-round pick for it from the Lakers. Oh, that's a genius idea. They're really trying to tank this year, man. They do not want to win another game this season. It's kind of disgusting how much they want to tank. It really is. Like, they traded Michael Carter-Williams, the Rookie of the Year last year, for a protected first-round pick. And I don't know who's the winner. I think Phoenix is the winner because all they gave up was Miles Plumlee and Tyler Ennis for Brandon Knight, who could have easily been an all-star, and now he's on the Suns. I don't, it's weird. But yes, the next trade, Denver and Portland. Now, this was a big trade. This was the first trade that actually went down. Portland acquired Aaron Aflalo and Alonzo G for Will Barton, Victor Claver, Thomas Robinson, and a Portland first-round protected pick and a second-round pick. I'm losing my thought here. But this trade was really, really, really good for both parties. All right. Denver needed to get rid of Aflalo. They're not a contender. They're kind of just like one of those teams that they're not really that bad, but they wanted to become worse. They wanted to be able to get a better lottery chance, better chances at the lottery in the NBA draft. So they traded one of their good players, Aaron Aflalo, and Portland, man, they really improved their bench with this pickup. This makes Portland a legit contender in the Western Conference if they can stay healthy. A good starting five, Aaron Aflalo off the bench, man. I really like that trade for Portland. And Alonzo G, maybe he can get a couple minutes and produce. But the next trade is another big and shocking one. This was one of those ones that we didn't hear about until right before the deadline, and we thought was going to happen otherwise. We thought Reggie Jackson was going to the Nets for Brook Lopez, but nope. Reggie Jackson to the Detroit Pistons for DJ Augustine, Steve Novak, Kyle Singler, and Enes Kanter because the Utah Jazz were involved. They got Kendrick Perkins in a first-round pick. Now, the winners of this trades are Detroit and Oklahoma City. The Jazz, you are so stupid. That is a terrible trade for the Jazz. Enes Kanter has a ton of potential. He had a lot more stock than Kendrick Perkins in a first-round pick. I really don't like that trade for them. Now, for the Thunder, I love it because Reggie Jackson was not going to re-sign. He wanted to get traded, and they picked up a good backup point guard in Augustine, or a pretty good center in Kanter with a lot of potential, a shooter in Steve Novak, and a good role player in Kyle Singler. And all they gave up was Reggie Jackson, who wanted to go, and Kendrick Perkins dead weight. So I love this trade for the Thunder. Reggie Jackson was a good acquisition from Detroit as well. They picked up a nice point guard. Next was a deal that it was more of a deal to sell tickets, and I didn't like it. I love it, but I hate it because I feel like it's a bad trade for the Nets. They traded Thaddeus Young, or they got Thaddeus Young for Kevin Garnett. No, not a bad trade for the Nets. A bad trade for the Timberwolves because they traded Thaddeus Young, a pretty good power forward, for Kevin Garnett's expiring contract. Now, yes, Kevin Garnett had an amazing career in Minnesota in previous years, but he's old. He's not producing anything anymore. It'll sell some tickets for the Timberwolves, but it won't win them games. I don't think they're looking to win games. And Thaddeus Young, I believe they could have gotten a better package for Thaddeus Young than just Kevin Garnett, but they did it anyways. They're probably going to sell some tickets because of it, and I guess it's a cool story to have KG coming back. The next one, JaVale McGee was traded to the 76ers and Oklahoma City's protected first-round pick from the Nuggets for nothing. They wanted to get rid of JaVale McGee's contract. They don't want to pay that man. So, yes, JaVale McGee to the 76ers. He is most likely going to get waived. But if he does get waived, I want the Bulls to pick him up. If he doesn't, I like JaVale McGee. I feel like he has a lot of talent. Next trade was just like trading role players, to be honest. Pablo Prigioni was traded by the Knicks to the Rockets for Alexei Shved and 2 second-round picks. Now, Prigioni is a really, really old player. He's like 35, 36. The Rockets add some depth at the point guard position with this trade. He can play. He can run the point. He's a good backup point guard, and if one of their dudes gets hurt, I feel like that's a good acquisition. And Alexei Shved really wasn't doing anything for the Rockets, so that's a pretty good trade for both parties. Next trade was trading backup point guards Ramon Sessions for Andre Miller. I love this trade for Washington. Andre Miller is old as hell. He is so old, and he's on his last limb. Ramon Sessions, he can bring a spark off the bench every once in a while. I really like that trade for Washington. Sacramento, it's just Sacramento. It's always downhill. I don't know what to expect with them. But yes, I love that trade for the Wizards. The next trade was another one of those trades where I don't know what the hell the 76ers are doing. They're trading their rookie, who's been beasting. He was just one of the surprises of this year, for Isaiah Cannon. KJ McDaniels for Isaiah Cannon in the second-round pick. They don't want to win games, man. The 76ers do not want to win games. It's disgusting. It sucks for the city of Philadelphia that they have to go through this, man. I feel bad for all 76ers fans that all these dudes that you guys are starting to like and starting to appreciate their game are just getting traded for nothing just because they want to get the first pick in the draft, man. KJ McDaniels has a lot of potential. I don't like it. And the next trade is kind of just like a trade of role players who don't really matter that much. You got Detroit to Boston. Detroit traded Luigi Datomi and Jonas Jerebko for Tayshaun Prince. Not really a big deal. Two teams that probably won't make the playoffs. Boston has a chance. They might, actually, with the addition of Isaiah Thomas, but two teams that don't really matter that much, not really going to make any noise, so it doesn't really matter that much in the whole scheme of things in the NBA, but a ton of awesome trades today, man. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Tell me if you enjoy videos like this. I want to start doing more like this, and sorry that my voice is a little off. I am still a little sick, but I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitch, sub me on YouTube, follow me on Twitter. It all just helped me a ton, guys. I really do appreciate it greatly, and everybody have a nice day. Peace.